Hi, my name is Stephanie Scoggins, and I am going to be talking about mobile learning for my emerging technology presentation. So, what is mobile learning and how can we use it in the classroom? The problem that most students encounter is that they do not have a computer. So when we as teachers assign things for them to do at home, we're thinking about those tasks being on a computer. But realistically, about 73% of my kids don't have a computer. So how can we fix that? Or how can I fix that? The solution really is that students have phones nowadays more than anything else. When I asked the same class this question, they said about 95% of them had phones. So when we're thinking about phones, we need to think about who our students are nowadays. Our students are considered digital natives, and this is really a person that's been raised in a technology-rich environment from a young age. Technology has always been a part of who they are. So these students are typically intuitive. They can multitask. They can switch tasks easily. They're extremely social. They want to be social. They are multimedia oriented and they expect instant access to knowledge. And all of this makes sense to me when I think about my students on their phones in class or during class or after class or whatever. But they're going in between apps, they're texting people, they're sending pictures on Snapchat, they're responding to stuff, they're on Instagram, they're looking at videos, they're watching stuff, they're responding to things, they're making their own videos. And if they ever have a question about something, they can Google it, right? They don't have to memorize all the presidents. They can just look it up. So to put digital natives in a worldly perspective, that's about 5.2% of the world population, which may not sound big, but that's about 363 million people. And realistically, as millennials get older, they're coming into the workforce. And by 2020, it's predicted that they'll make up about 50% of our workforce around the globe. And all of those people will be digital natives. So most teachers are not digital natives. We have adapted into the digital environment. We've had to learn. We didn't grow up with the internet, but our kids who are in our classroom have. So how can we adjust, right? We need to think about this. Today's students are no longer the people our educational system was designed to teach. And how true is that, right? Kids don't want to look at a book and write questions out and answer them. They want something different, something engaging, right? So mobile learning is a great opportunity and a great way to do that. When we think about mobile learning, though, we need to remember that it needs to be active. It needs to have an engaging part of it, right? It needs to be immersive. It needs to have collaboration. It needs to have connections. It's not just a student sitting and watching a video. It's something more than that. So what is mobile learning, right? When we think about mobile learning, it's personal, it's private, it's bite-sized, it's little chunks at a time, it's informal. It's context aware, it's spontaneous, and most of all, it is portable. So students can make it their own learning, right? And they can take it with them. They can pick it up when they want to. They can put it down when they want to. They can chunk it, and it's just for them. So some benefits that teachers can think about for mobile learning is it's great for a collaborative setting. There's also a higher rate of engagement. There's been research done that says that when students engage in mobile learning, they learn and retain at a higher rate as compared to sitting in a classroom and taking notes or responding to things in a classroom. And it's a great opportunity for students to get instant feedback along with the teacher getting feedback on the student. So a great model of mobile learning is the app called Duolingo. It's small segments, there's goals, there's rewards, there's feedback, it's visual, it's leveled, and students are engaged in it all the time, right? So ways that we can use that in the classroom can translate to things like Kahoot, quizzes, Socrative, Edpuzzle, and Nearpod 3D. These are all ways that students can have informal, engaging, and really appropriate technology on their phone that helps them learn at a higher rate. So I hope you take advantage of mobile learning. Please let me know if you do something. I would love to hear about it, and I'd love to know how it went in your classroom. Thanks. Bye.